Oh my gosh. Have
What
you
a
ever
win.
have you ever been part? I mean, you've seen a lot of lacrosse, and I know you could probably think back and say, okay, maybe there was a game like this, but this has to rank up there.
Yeah, I don't know if there's been one that's had quite this furious of a comeback. You know, we've been down a goal or two late, but I mean, we were down with 4 goals, I think, right? 13-9, really late in the game. And, yeah, I don't know if there is one that tops this one. You know, that was a pretty amazing comeback.
Well, how crucial was Mark Strunk with what he did? Because I was saying as the clock was winding down and you guys were kind of taking your time on your possessions, I said, hey, you want to get a good shot away, and I know the time was running down, but in lacrosse, if you have a good face-off man, you can get goals quickly, and that's exactly what happened. How good of a job did he do?
I mean, I'm so proud of Mark, man. He did such a great job today and has been doing a great job all year. You know, Mark's young. He's stepping into a position where he's replacing a guy with some pretty big shoes. So he's done a great job. And today really was just a culmination of a lot of hard work for him, man. He's a little banged up. He's dealing with a little bit of an injury. And to push through the way he did today and to really put the team on his back when he did late in the fourth quarter, man, like just so proud of him and the young man that he is and the competitor that he is.
Well, you took the words right out of my mouth. Take the team on his back, because not only did he do that with the face-offs to allow you guys to pull within one, but when he won the last face-off to tie the game and score, it was only his 3rd goal of the year. I thought that was such a cool moment because he did so much to get you guys back into the game with winning those draws. And then he wins the draw and then goes down and says, you know what, I'm taking the shot. And he scores.
Yeah, he almost won it in overtime
he
there,
did,
right?
That's true.
I mean,
he did,
you know, I called a timeout and he missed. Thank goodness. I don't know if I would have forgiven myself had he made it. But he did a great job, man. That when face-off guys score, that's not really their specialty, right? So when face-off guys score, that's like a huge energy boost to the team, man. I mean, they just thrive on that, and particularly when you're mounting a comeback
and
late in the game.
And when he ties the game,
right?
too.
Yeah,
oh,
right.
my goodness. You have to feel so good. So good for him, especially with a guy like Logan Gray who was so good at it, and to have Mark come in and play an important role late in the game, that was really neat.
Man, it's really awesome.
Neat.
Yeah.
Can you kind of take us through the game-winning goal by Vinny and kind of what you saw?
Yeah, I don't know if I saw much, man. It was pretty chaotic. I think we had a man-up opportunity, obviously, get a pretty good look on the cage, and then suddenly there's a rebound situation, right? So rebound situation, ball's on the ground, and Vinny finds it, man, and just makes like an aggressive move to the cage. Actually drew a flag on that as well. So had he not scored, we would have gotten the ball back. But, and then he puts a good shot to a good spot. Vinny's a goal scorer. I mean, that's like what he does. That's his specialty. I think I heard you say he had 4 today.
He did, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's fantastic, man.
Yeah. And for a young team like this, Coach, what does it do? I know that you guys, I was talking with Coach Isles a little bit before the game, and he was explaining about, you have a lot of guys in new positions and even leadership roles and all those things going on right now. What does a win like this do for your team?
I think it affirms what we've been saying, right, and who we believe we are. Like, we're a proud program. We've won games like this before, and we expect to win them. And we had tough losses to UND and Mercy earlier this year, and those are really good teams. I said at one point during the game, I said, we've proven we can play with these kind of teams, but we need to prove we can beat them, right? So what does today do? Like, it proves that we can beat these types of teams, and it proves that we're one of the best in the country.
And you can't have a comeback without having some big defensive stops, and you did. The end of the fourth quarter, and then you had possession early in the overtime and didn't, convert, and Frostberg comes down, and you guys made some good defensive stands as well.
Yeah, I thought Josh Miller had an excellent game in the goal. He really stepped up and made a lot of excellent saves. But our D unit as a whole, man, we were talking to them all game long. Just stay calm. We're okay. Like, we're doing good things, and that's a young unit right now. And to their credit, man, they really rose to the occasion. Yeah,
they absolutely did. Coach, I mean, there's so many things that I'm sure you'll be looking at in film here. I mean, just an absolutely crazy. Again, 4 goals in 25 seconds. I hope I have the math right. But have you ever seen anything like that before? I mean, that's pretty wild.
No, as coaches, when you're talking about how to salt a game away, how to win a game, right? Like, you talk about possessions, and you're like, we don't need a goal in those moments. We need the ball. Because if we score a goal, then the ball goes back to face-offs, right? And then the ball's out of your control. Mm-hmm. And that's exactly what happened in this game. Mark, very fortunate for us, stepped up with some huge wins and some huge plays. And I don't know if I've ever been a part of 4 goals in 25 seconds.
Is that also something the guys can learn, look what I'm not saying Frostburg did anything wrong, but it's almost like, hey, no game is over. Whether you're on one side of it or the other side of it. Like, is that a learning
definitely
thing for them?
I think we're always trying to point that out in film and in scouts and in practice situations. You've seen a lot of lacrosse games, man. This game is a game of momentum, and it's a game of runs, and it can change on you very, very quickly. For the good and for the bad. For us, fortunately today, it was for the good, and we really rode that to victory. But we've been on the other end of that occasionally as well, man, and that's a tough feeling.
Well, Coach, you won't wipe the smile off your face tonight, but I know you'll be back to work tomorrow, and you guys will be getting ready for for the rest of the season. And
Lake Erie on Saturday.
Lake Erie, and that's a team that played them tough.
Yeah, one goal game earlier in the year. So Lake Erie's a traditional rival of ours. We'll enjoy this one tonight. We'll get back to work tomorrow.
Coach, thank you so much for your time. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Dan. Appreciate it.